Hello and welcome to my channel, ALK.guidance. Today our topic is a very grounding reading sponsored by none other than Mother herself, Gaia. We have 4 groups and let's just get right into the reading. If you've chose this beautiful pink granite, this reading is for you. We're gonna start with some groundwork. We're gonna build it up all the way to tarot and what kind of spirit animals are guiding you through your grounding journeys. Anything else from this deck? Okay. I already pre-shuffled all of these. What else? 2 more. Okay. 1 more. Alright. Okay. So this came in reverse. Okay. We have 3 cards for your heart space, 2 cards for advice, and we're gonna choose just 1 more from this deck. Gonna quickly shuffle it. Okay. So, how to ground yourself? First of all, you got flow in reverse. Flow in this deck represents letting go with the cycle that you're currently in. It may be, up to your knees emotional, but you already finished the cycle, so to speak. Because refusing to see is also in reverse. That gives me a sort of sense of that you already see where you went wrong and how you let go of your groundedness. So all the karmic cycles that you chose you're going to go through whenever you made certain decisions, and those cycles are now closing out because you are already starting to see. The card represents 2 of swords normally, so it was something that was mentally restraining for you because you just let go of the control. You just wanted to flow in a positive way, but you had to close out the negative cycles first. So how can you ground yourself? You already started doing that because the pink granite, with the pink, it represents the unconditional love of the upper heart center of your heart chakra. It represents also self-love, which is where we begin with unconditional love. So you let go of control. You were not swimming with the water. You went against the current of your mind, which has now set you on a journey which is completely by the book. Everything is going as it should. And this card in translation means searching. Also has 3 words. First one is a sense of feeling lost. The second one is feeling confused, and the third one is feeling alone. or lonely. So these feelings that you were feeling, which are confusion, loneliness, a sense of not completely belonging anywhere for a quick moment, it was all to balance yourself with the number 6 on the top of the card, and to give you practical intuition, to give you the tools that you need. So let's ask Tarot, what are these tools? Funnily enough, I put also the rose quartz on my tarot card, so let's see. This is something that is probably hanging heavy on your heart, weighing heavy on your heart. Sorry. So what is this practical intuition about? Tell me. Oh. Three of Swords in reverse, so healing heartbreak. Queen of Wands in reverse, regaining your self-confidence after said heartbreak. It could also mean, because with the Three of Swords, it doesn't necessarily always mean an ending of a relationship. It can mean an ending of your own sense of self, your own cycles, which weigh heavy on your mind with the swords, which is a thought with the Two of Swords in reverse jumping out. You've already made the decision, because it repeats itself with the Two of Swords in reverse and the Two of Swords in reverse in two decks. So there's something that prior to, maybe not even long ago, maybe you're not quite there yet, but you'll get there pretty soon. You will see a different point of view, a more practical outlook on the whole situation. If you haven't gotten to the point of being there where you finally see, it's all about going on that path, redirecting yourself with the flow, and really search for yourself. Get rid of all of the confusion or loneliness by trying to regain some sort of personal strength and confidence. But first you need to really clear your mind off of everything that you are controlling. What are we looking for? My nose is super itchy. Oh, that's what they all say. So what you're looking for is a sense of healing once again with the 6. It's going from a mental turmoil to really calmer waters, as this card is normally depicted. To me, is finally going on that journey of better mental health sometimes, especially when it comes to my own personal readings. Whenever I feel lost or confused or lonely, it's truly a mental trip that I'm taking, and to get from the point of getting into the water, as in our emotions, our deeper layers of thought, which bring these up, and the third part of when you're already sailing to your destination, your island of happiness, or your happy place. This is the whole process of that card. So the search, as this card indicates, is all within your head. So normally spirituality takes up a lot of mental space to really grow and heal. But once you do that part of truly searching for yourself, you're gonna get into a new wave of creativity, passion, emotional exploration here with the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. It's a new start, a new passion to something which is a new you. Definitely a way to ground yourself is to really, you know, if it's, I would try to understand that if you're looking for a reading to ground yourself, you're very either fiery or very watery or very airy, probably most likely air sign, with fire signs would be my guess. But that's the only reason why it's really hard to either let go with the flow or stay in control and truly balance those aspects within yourself. Okay, by the book, by the book. What is by the book mean? Okay, the bottom one. Okay, with the Nine of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, and Chariot upright. By the book normally indicates a right path, even though a path is normally very painful once you're aware of it. It doesn't seem like the right path. Yeah, there's a little doggy outside growling and fighting something, probably nothing, maybe a kitten. But yeah, you're probably very upset about something not being truly there for you. There's a certain sense of greed for something being right on track or being at a certain time, which is again causing this mental unclarity. Or maybe it's just that finally, with all these growing lessons of yourself, of being a certain type of leader and always showing the way, this can also, in my opinion, depict your different stages of growing from things, which also to me indicates that there's a whole difference between this energy and this energy, which is you moving forward. So even though you may not see a lot of progress, there's also certain ideas and ways of thinking you're letting go because it's just not emotionally fulfilling for you. It makes you feel like you only want more of something, and you need to calm down the mind space to really truly put into balance that also there exist gray spaces between black and white, and that everybody has polarities of good and bad days, and not everything should be taken so seriously and with a sense of rush to get things truly in order for you to feel like you're in control. Because clearly with the control in reverse and the flow in reverse, you are not in control and definitely therefore not in flow. But you are seeing this about yourself. You are seeing a progress within you. And again, with the bottom energy temperance, it's emotional rebalancing, just going in reverse. Okay, now we have Nine of Coins, explaining the refusing to see. Okay, one more please. Okay. Now we got the Hangman in reverse with the Devil in reverse. Okay, and Magician is the bottom energy. Okay, you are seeing probably yourself as somebody quite confident again with what you may have been refusing to see and are now going towards is your confidence, once again, your stability material, most likely. And it's just minor arcana phase before you get into that true Queen of Wands type of way of existing. Now it's just minor things you're taking care of. So probably a lot more self-care, more treat yourself type of vibes, and just enjoying being free. That is what you do see. And also what you do see is you did get a new perspective. It's in reverse normally, which can indicate delays, but you already put yourself into the position of hanging by a thread just to get a new perspective, possibly on your life. You did get rid of the devil, which normally indicates either codependent relationships between partners, friends, family, you name it, or addictions or different fears. Just gaining a new perspective on what you once were and what you are becoming is the fact that you do see that now. You do see what you've left behind and what you've put yourself through to truly gain that perspective. Let's see what the flow in reverse is. Okay, didn't really flip over. Alright, Page of Swords in reverse with the Emperor and Queen of Swords in reverse. Bottom line energy, the Hermit in reverse. So with the Jupiter energies, I'm getting it needs to turn upright. It needs to turn in your favor after all of this healing, heartbreak, mental confusion, emotional confusion, not being able to truly grow. So with the Page of Swords, the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords in reverse, I see a certain lack of initiation in the mental space. If you are heavily airy in your chart, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it to me indicates that you have become this harsh person that more easily cuts people off just to not get hurt, or even just because of so much mental distress that you're going through, your relationships are being strained, and you might seem cold or aggravated, agitated towards other people. If you have kids, then it might also upset their way of growing mentally. But if that's not the case, if you do not have so much air in your chart, it's just a part of yourself that has a lot more of a need to be vigilant about what you think about, because there is a supporting, uplifting energy of these two being in reverse of a certain, it's an energy of dominance and conquering. It's the Emperor, the Aries card, and to truly put your karmic cycles upright and spinning the right way, if I can use that depiction, you really need to take a step above all your fears that you have, all of the fear of lacking, fear of not being, I don't know, smart enough, or having enough, experience in something, you can still do it. You still have the energy that, to me, in this deck, and since I'm an Aries, it just conquers every other card, and it's just so powerful with all the reds. So again, there's all this air and fire that is really hard to ground. So wait a minute, I don't think there's one. Okay, we have 9 of coins, so that is the only grounding energy that you have a grasp on currently. So yeah, to ground yourself, you're gonna need to choose your battles wisely and be, instead of cunning, be more inquisitive about people in your life or situations or hobbies or whatever the element is that would bring more of this energy in, which is ready to enjoy life. And I don't know, maybe what can ground you more is a solid offer of some sort, but you need to give it to yourself, because I think around these 2 cards, the bottom line energy was, it was Ace of Cups, which indicates self-love, and that is where we always begin. Because 9 of Coins to me represents young lady that it doesn't necessarily need to be a lady, but it represents a girl that has already she already has something tall to stand for, and she doesn't really need to care about anybody else, but she still does. So with the Control, which is the Strength card in reverse, what is giving you a lack of not being in control is boredom, which is indicated with the 4 of Cups in reverse. You've just not done much lately to feeling in control or to feel some sort of strength. But if you've been working on letting go and going with the flow and letting go of control, there's still a sense of, with the Moon card here, a sense of something being hidden. You're in this shadow period of a cycle with the 4 of Cups in reverse, where everything is just hidden. It's just boring, it's just uneventful, and with the Judgment in reverse, you just feel like everything is just repeating itself until this point, and there has to be a sense of unveiling the truth about what your strengths are, and what's actually taking from your strength is your own self-judgments. So you are the only one that is putting the veil onto your eyes. Nobody else is really putting you in a state of illusion and boredom, pretty much. So let's see. I'm gonna use one advice card from this deck. How can you ground yourself? Okay, Yang, soulmates, okay, with the bottom energy, and okay, ha ha ha. It paints a picture now, doesn't it? So I guess your practical intuition is speaking to you at this point. You interpret that how you want. I'm gonna go and explain the Yang energy with my animal spirit deck. Okay, it's the crocodile. So whoever the Yang energy is in this situation, or if it's just an energy within you, It speaks about emotions with the downward pointing triangle. It speaks about waiting, observing, and somebody getting impatient. Or if it's a part of you, it's about taking stock before you truly put out your magic, whatever it is that you do. But if it's for a person, it just means stagnancy. It means rather just uh, sitting in emotions, not doing anything, observing, waiting for your next move. Or if you are the masculine energy, then it's um, the other way around. So whoever is in the yang energy is the one taking stock, taking a moment, a breath, um, waiting. So tell me about yin. Okay. Okay, so there needs man it's just one side one side is looking away while the other is just like hello. Could you like, no matter how you turn the card, it still is looking away. So if it's about a soulmate relationship, it's, well, we've already explained this. Or maybe it's just the emotions are too intense that it kind of makes a backtrack to take stock, to really retrieve and think about it. Whereas the owl is already in the knowing, it already has the wisdom. It's waiting to communicate all the little things, the little colors of her day. But if it's a part of you, it's thinking through your feminine, so, and feeling through your masculine. So it's quite a balance there already. So even if this is pertaining to a relationship and you are knowledgeable about those terms, then you already know what I'm saying. If not, let's move on, because this pile really feels like a heavy breakup maybe, or like a separation period. It's all pretty, like, I wouldn't say dark, it's just I'm just starting to not know what to say and retreat. And I feel like I've just taken a lot on my plate and I can't eat it all. But we've got the crow with the soulmates. So if it's about your own personal balance of energies, it's about already having all of the wisdom, already sitting on the pearl of wisdom, just waiting to communicate your truth, and how wise you are. You've accumulated enough to be balanced already to some extent, most likely spiritually, hence why you are probably here. But if it's going on with a relationship because of the depiction of yin yang and soulmates, I'm just gonna take the book real quick so I don't miss any words. So we have owl, abundance, clairvoyant treasures. When in balance, generous, trusting, secure. When out of balance, money, quarrels, scarcity. To bring into balance, an offering. I don't know if I said it, but here with the Nine of Pentacles, I actually wanted to point out with the one final pentacle missing to create the 10, to create the full circle with the flow and everything with your karma, I wanted to suggest you may feel more grounded with an offering. But I think I said that. So yeah, I guess you too are clairvoyant. That could be a well interpretation. So Crow is spiritually strong. So whatever this soulmates is about doesn't need to be about a relationship. It can be just your soul family, blood, related, non-related, that doesn't matter. Soulmates are everywhere, even your dogs or your other, critters, pets. Even, that weird giraffe that just always tries to give you kisses in the local zoo, whatever, I don't like zoos, but you do. But yeah, spiritually strong, creative, watchful. When in balance, you're psychic, strong, clear. When out of balance, ungrounded and hypersensitive. So hypersensitivity throws me back to the air symbol, which is the mind, the thought processes, the communication. And to bring into balance, you need daily meditation practice. So again, if you are trying to bring two sides together in any way, um, your wisdom and your meditation, whatever that is, if it means sitting by the water, if it means, climbing mountains, if it means doing yoga or just skipping rocks, do you. Just do your daily practices that make you feel less stressed in the mental. I normally like to go for really fast, explosive bike rides or just sit by a water dam that has more airflow, and that really clears my mind, and the noise really makes me calm down. And okay, last but not least, the crocodile. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. So there is a sense of momentum with the crocodile, whatever that is. If that is a personal aspect to your energy, that means you're just taking a step back from everything that happened, whatever happened, and taking stock and regaining your energy, especially with emotions, with the downward pointing triangle here with the water symbol. You really need to cool off. Otherwise you might bite people. Again, with the Queen of Swords in reverse, try not to be too icy. Rather take stock in how you're feeling and take a day off or an hour off for whatever you need to truly feel less agitated and less likely to bite somebody's head off. Do that, because you already have the wisdom. You know what truly upsets you and also what truly brings you back to life. So when in balance, you're wise, patient, and a silent powerhouse. And with the silent powerhouse, I'm getting a sense of wanting to do everything on your own, which takes up so much of your mental space that that's the part that really truly takes away from you bit by bit. It's the constant tapping on the brain and overexhausting yourself by rethinking everything. And sometimes to release that, we just need to share how we feel. And with the yang energy, I'm getting that whoever feels this way really had to suppress their emotions probably at a young age. It's it's truly a way to you know fuck up our masculines in our society or our masculine parts of ourselves. in the society. So even with, you know, feminine attributes and aspects being more prominent, you still, for instance, me as a woman, I still need to try not to lash out just to prove a point that I'm very passionate or emotional about. And sometimes I do, like a crocodile, need to sit back just to, you know, not be judged for being mouthy woman, for instance. You know, whatever the society's norms are trying to fit us into, we all know when to truly, you know, when our boundaries were truly overstepped, or when we truly overstepped our boundaries, if we have the tiniest bit of self-awareness. So yeah, I'm sorry for that tangent. When out of balance, you may feel stuck or lash out. And to bring into balance, you need to rest. And the suggested pose is Makarasana pose. I did yoga for a year, like going to a place 5 times a week for different types of yoga for a year. But I, for the life of me, don't know what that pose is. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you like your reading, Pink Granites. Um, I'm gonna end the video here because it's already been over 36 minutes. I'm gonna make a 4-part video with the same icon. And group number 1, you are the only group in this video. I hope everything that was said, or for the most part, resonated. If it didn't, and you still felt drawn to maybe another different pile, please make sure to check that out. And if not, you know, these are general readings. They don't need to always resonate. Sometimes we force ourselves to watch a bajillion of these just to get something to fit. And if that's the case, then you really need to rest, and maybe this reading was for you. But nonetheless, I hope I didn't say anything that was too triggering. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to all of this, and I hope to see you again. Thanks.